Spawning up in the top right hand position as the red Zerg player representing Acer, it is none other than Bly. And his opponent down in the bottom left, it is the blue Zerg. Currently teamless, I believe, it is Indra. Not to get confused with Indra. Indra is a Taiwanese player, according to his ESL profile, which is super awesome. It's all cool. Going down on Yonsu, we saw Yonsu previously because that was also a round of 16 game. This is 2. It's a best of 1. Whoever wins this actually goes on to play VP BenQ Slivko in the quarterfinals, and that'll be a best of 3. That's the game I'm going to jump into next, so we'll be following the winner of this. Now, spawning pool coming down here, nice and early for Bly. That was a 10 pool. Going up against a very normal opening from Indra currently. So, very aggressive start coming down from the Acer player. Is he going to be able to cheese his way to a quick victory? Extractor also on his way down. This could just be for an extractor trick. Ooh, is it going to be a double extractor trick but keeping one extractor up? That's a possibility. Nope. Okay, so just double extractor trick. 12 out of 10. Overlord should definitely be next, and then we'll be getting a handful of Zerglings streaming across the map. No speed for them though, and oh no, Indra. Indra's going for a hatch first. He's like, Blah wouldn't cheese me. I'll be fine. Everything will be good. Unfortunately, it may not be good because Bly is going to cheese you. He's going to make Zerglings. Ready? Watch this. As soon as this Overlord pops, boom, Zerglings. There's going to be 6, maybe 8, potentially even 10 or more. 10 or more is really scary times. That's when it becomes a real all-in. 6 things you can transition out of this, just a little bit of pressure. But yeah, spawning pool not even on its way down yet. Just now starting for Indra. He got a 16 supply spawning pool, so 15 hatch, 16 pool, very late. Going up to 8lings, gas now being taken by Bly too, so he may be following this up with speed, or potentially some banelings too. Both good options, both with different merits. Speed, going to be more powerful if you can move through and just deal a good chunk of damage. Whereas if you get banelings down and your opponent does have some lings out, well, that's where you can just knock them out with a quick hit. So we do see that a pause has been asked for, so let's take this moment to take a quick little look at where things stand. So currently Bly, he's got these 6 lings streaming across the map. He's got 2 more in production. He doesn't currently, he's only just, he doesn't even currently have any lava, so he can't make anything else. So the next big thing is to see whether or not he's going to get more Zerglings, or whether he is going to be grabbing some drones and start droning up. But we're ready, so we're about to see what Bly's decision is going to be and how Indra is going to defend against these Zerglings. But here they come across the map now. Cancels the extractor. That's quite interesting. And going to actually go and make a hatchery there. So that extractor was purely just to go to 19 of 18 supply. So a third extractor trick being used this game. Just going to have to sneak a bit more damage through, get those additional Zerglings. But Bly should probably go up into the main base. Generally, it depends whether you think you can actually kill that hatchery and force a counter. If you force a counter, it's definitely worthwhile. But it depends on when the spawning pool is down. The spawning pool only just finished now. Bly should comfortably be able to force a counter. Does manage to get it. Very good. Now, is he going to go up into the main and try and deal a bit more? He does have enough lings to be able to do that. But currently just sitting down here waiting for the other 2 to come over. Grand total, he's actually gone up to 10 Zerglings this game. So 10 lings this early on, he's going to be able to deal a good bit of damage. A couple of Zerglings are about to pop, but if Bly hugs around them, could deal some nice damage. Drones are starting to fall now, and that's problematic for Indra. But Indra, currently, well, he was momentarily up in the worker count, but 8 drones have now gone down. So while Indra has been able to stop this, he's down by 1 worker, and he's been forced to cancel his natural base. Bly, on the other hand, has nearly finished his up. That's a big lead in terms of the hatchery, and Indra has scouted to know that it's there. So he's going to come in, trying to do some counter pressure. The important thing for Bly is to make sure that he gets a few Zerglings of his own out just to counter this. He knows there's 4 coming. With good Overlord placement, he's seen a good amount. He knows any exit that comes out, how many lings are going to be there, and therefore knows he's only got to deal with 4 lings. He's got his own 4 lings and a queen, and he's going to be very safe in dealing with that. Small little thing here, putting the queen in the middle of the field, just so if it can't get surrounded. Basically just so it will stay alive for as long as possible. Now, a couple of hits went down there, but the lings with the queen help won't have any problem in stopping this. Spear damage going to be going through, pulling back the Zerglings just to make sure they stay up and the queens deal as much damage as they can. And now we see Bly actually bringing the second queen round. So these Zerglings are going to take some more damage. Probably a couple more will go down, and 3 go down, 1 will be able to escape with its life. But note the drone count. Bly now up by 5. That's a good spot for him to be in. And he's just sending a couple more lings by just to go and have a little peek. 2 queens up in the main base, ready to come and down to the natural with 1 of them, so he can get a nice little inject through. But everything going fairly good for Aces Bly at the moment, and it's really up to Indra to try and defend this if at all possible. And he's got speed coming out, so if he can get speed, he should be in a good spot. Note that he's just got a lot of Zerglings in production, so actually holding this natural expansion is achievable, and that's an important thing. Keeping this natural up here, if that had gone down, it would have been quite disastrous, but for the moment Bly being forced back, he's only got 4 lings up against the 4 of Indra, not to mention however many more may be in production, and that queen. So it's a smart move by Bly to pull back. Bly doesn't yet have a Baneling Nest or speed coming down, and with the Baneling Nest and speed on its way for Indra, he's going to be in a very strong position. Bly currently investing heavily in the drone count, but has he invested too much? He's got 5 lava sitting there. They need to be Zerglings. More than anything, they need to be Zerglings right now, because of course Bly's seen that a good number of lings are making their way across, and there we go, 10 more lings coming out for Bly at the moment. He's going to have to pull back. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the double queen block in there quite yet, and without the queen spread between the natural and main, one of these queens will get surrounded. The other one's just going to try and back off, being microed very nicely. You can see Bly just attempting to keep everything alive if he can, but speed now kicking in for Indra means that he's able to get very strong surrounds. He should be able to pick off this queen. That leaves Bly with no queens currently. He does have 2 in production though, foreseeing that was going to occur. And therefore, with those 2 queens down, it's really going to hurt production. And that's what the important thing is. And while Bly has now leveled this out, remember the Baneling Nest is down. So the Baneling Nest for Indra, if he can get some Banelings onto the field, he's going to be able to defend this pretty easily. And I think Bly is aware of that. Now, he hasn't actually scouted yet that the Baneling Nest is there, but he can probably assume that it very well may be. So Bly's big thing right now is he's 10 drones ahead. That is a monumental lead, but he's down in tech. He doesn't have speed and doesn't have a Baneling Nest. Speed is still a good 30 seconds away from completion. The Baneling Nest is about to finish up, but no Banelings are down yet for Indra. This could be a problem for him. I don't think he's realised that these Zerglings were coming. They're going to come streaming in. 4 Banelings are morphing, but Bly is going to be able to do a significant amount of damage with these Zerglings before those Banelings morph in. And, of course, as we see now, drones are getting taken down left, right, and centre. A good number of them. And now Bly, with speed, able to get away. Unfortunately, loses a couple of Zerglings there, but he's trying to sacrifice lings one at a time. Getting 2 for 1 Baneling, that's not too much of a bad trade. It's actually quite a good trade for you. Obviously, 1 ling for 1 Baneling is ideal, but with speed now down, Bly is in a better spot to be able to defend up against this. He's sitting there saying, well, I've got my Baneling Nest, I've got everything going good, I've leveled that out, and I've got some roaches coming down too. That's going to help. He's flooding with units. He's going to go for a big push. He knows if he defends this, he's in a mighty good spot, because actually Indra is pretty much seeing that half his own worker supply. So massively better economy currently for Bly. Can Indra though end this game out? He's got a lot of Banelings, but Bly, he's also getting a good amount through. It's going to come down to the Ling Bling control, but the roaches are going to help so much for Bly here, as well as that Spine Crawl. He picks up 2. All of the Banelings go down, and unfortunately, that is where things don't fare so well. Couple of Banelings coming through. Nice detonations there, but the roaches to back it up for Bly. He's also got Speedlings counter-attacking, dealing some good damage, and GG is called. Aces Bly will take the victory and therefore advance to play Slivko in a best of 3 in the quarter finals.